there's a level beyond consistency, beyond growth, beyond even monetization, where YouTube stops feeling like effort and starts behaving like leverage. And this is the stage very few creators ever reach, not because it's impossible, but because it requires a completely different way of thinking. A shift from how do I make videos to how do I build systems, because at this level, your goal is no longer to work harder. It's to work smarter in a way that multiplies your results without multiplying your time. At this point, you begin to realize something powerful. Your face is not your brand, your voice is not your limit, and your presence is not required in every video, because the real asset you've built is your understanding of content, your ability to identify what works, what attracts attention, what keeps people watching, and that knowledge can be applied again and again across multiple channels, multiple niches, even multiple formats. This is where faceless channels enter the game, a strategy that many beginners overlook but advanced creators quietly dominate, because instead of being the personality, you become the producer, the strategist, the one behind the scenes, controlling the entire operation, using voiceovers, stock footage, animations, or even simple editing styles to create content that performs without requiring your personal presence. And the beauty of this approach is scalability, because while one personal channel depends entirely on you, a system-based channel can grow beyond your individual capacity, allowing you to upload more frequently, test more ideas, and expand into different niches without being limited by time, energy, or even creativity, because now you're not just creating, you're managing creation. But this level comes with its own challenge, because when you step into systems, you also step into responsibility, where every piece of content must maintain quality, every idea must be validated, and every process must be optimized. Because without structure, scalability turns into chaos, and chaos kills growth faster than failure ever could. This is where automation becomes your strongest ally, not in the sense of removing effort completely, but in reducing repetitive tasks, streamlining workflows, and creating a production pipeline where ideas move smoothly from concept to upload, whether it's through scheduling, outsourcing, templates, or tools that simplify your work without reducing quality. And slowly, your role begins to evolve. You're no longer just editing videos or writing scripts. You're analyzing trends, studying analytics, making strategic decisions about what to create next, because at this level, thinking becomes more valuable than doing, and the better your decisions, the stronger your results. In Pakistan, this stage is still rare because most creators are focused on single-channel growth, but those who understand systems gain a massive advantage because they're not limited to one source of income, one audience, or one idea. They build networks of content, each contributing to their overall growth and revenue, creating a structure that is far more stable and scalable. But with growth comes complexity, and managing multiple streams, multiple channels, or even a growing audience requires clarity, because without clear direction, it's easy to lose focus, to chase too many ideas, and dilute your efforts. And this is where strategic discipline becomes essential, knowing what to pursue, what to ignore, and where to invest your time for maximum return. And then there's risk, because scaling always involves uncertainty, trying new formats, entering new niches, experimenting with different strategies, and not every move will succeed. But at this level, failure is no longer personal. It's data, feedback that guides your next decision, making you sharper, more precise, and more effective over time. What's interesting is that the more you grow, the less you rely on motivation, because systems replace emotions, processes replace guesswork, and consistency becomes automatic, not forced. And this stability allows you to operate at a level where most creators burn out, because you've removed the chaos that drains energy and replaced it with structure that supports growth. And one day, you look at your work, not just one channel, but potentially multiple streams, consistent uploads, growing analytics, diversified income, and you realize that you've built something bigger than a content page. You've built a digital infrastructure, something that can run, grow, and generate value even when you're not actively working every single moment. And in that realization, there's a quiet confidence, a deep understanding that this journey, which started with confusion and uncertainty, has evolved into something powerful, something scalable, something sustainable, And now you're no longer just participating in the YouTube game. You're operating at a level where you understand the rules well enough to bend them in your favor.